Hey, Pritzker rock guitarist, how's it going? It's Mr. Andrew. Hope your social distancing is going well. Hope you're having a fun quarantine and practicing a lot of guitar. Hopefully the last video helped you practice some. I wanted to make another video, obviously, to do a little warm-up first, and then I'd like to get into our Avengers theme song. I've written out the whole thing for every part with tab and notation that you can look at on the homeroom. I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it on there, but there are pictures of every page right now on there. So if you want to go ahead and start checking this stuff out, later on in this video, I'm going to walk you through each part and how to play each part on guitar. So you guys can play one part, or you can work on all three parts if you want to, okay? So first, let's do some warm-up, okay? Last time we did the 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. This time I want to do something similar, okay? But I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4 on one string, and it's this pattern that goes like this. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. You go up one fret at a time on one string at a time. So if you went fast, it would sound like this. See how I'm doing that open string in between each 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like that. So I want to go through each string just like that. Hopefully you're tuned up from the last episode. If not, you can go back and watch that video and get all tuned up before we start. But make sure you're in tune before we start. I'm going to set our metronome at 100 beats per minute. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to set it at 120 beats per minute. And we're going to start out really slow. Okay, wait, I'm going to start that over. I'm going to start our metronome at 132 beats per minute, and we're going to start out nice and slow on our low E string, doing this exercise. And at each string, I'll tell you when to stop, and then we'll go on to the next string. We're going to do a little bit faster, to where by the end, we're going a little bit faster on the high E string. Okay, so remember, it's oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, 1, 4, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over and over again, going up one fret at a time on just the E string. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? Go. Right there. Great job. Okay, hopefully by now you're getting the hang of it. Let's move on to the A string. Just the A string. This time, instead of just going down strokes with our right hand, you could keep doing that if you want to, or you could maybe start alternating your picking up and down like that if you wanted to try that on the A string. We're going to go up now to 142 beats per minute. Just like that. Let's try it. A string. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Nice job. Okay, let's go into the D string now. Let's go up to 152 beats per minute. 1, 2, D string. 1, 2, ready, go. Great job. Okay, let's go into the G. now. I'm going to go down, let's see, I'm going to do, let's just go up to 175. Yeah, now we're talking. Here we go. G string. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Great job. We're going fast. We're going to go to the B string now. Remember, if you didn't make any of this, if any of this was confusing or if you're not quite getting it, you can always just start over, do it a few times through. It's going to be really good for your hands to warm up this much, and it's just really great practice to play guitar like that. Okay, so now let's go on to the B string. Let's go ahead, and we're going to bump it down now to 100 beats per minute. We're going to play eighth notes. As in... just like that. Okay, here we go. Ready? B string. 1, 2, ready, go. At this point, it's probably fast enough to where you have to alternate your picking down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. There you go. Nice job. It was really fast. It was a really good job. Okay, last one, the E string. Ready? Let's do, I don't know, 110 beats per minute. And we'll play eighth notes. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Last one. Great job. Okay, so now we're going to start going through our Avengers theme song. This is going to take a while, and I suggest that I'll post the times below the video so you can skip ahead if you want to go to a certain part, okay? But I'm going to start with the rhythm guitar part. This is the part that Maya has been playing, so Maya, this video is specifically for you, but like I said, anybody else can learn this part. You can go through and learn all of the parts. That's what I would encourage you to do. You have enough time. Go through and learn each of the parts, but I'm going to teach you the parts that we started already and go through the whole song like that. Okay, cool. So, Maya, what we had already before we had to do this break was we had this stuff. We had the beginning being... that for a lot of times, over and over again. Perhaps you remember, hopefully. That starts on the 5th fret of the A string, and then goes to the 6th fret, and then the 7th fret, then the 8th fret, and then it goes back down, 7, 6, and then we go from the 8th fret on the D string to the 8th fret on the E string, and then we go back to the 5th fret and start that whole pattern over again, okay? I'm going to play it at a couple different tempos for you so you can play along and really get that part down, okay? And I'm pretty sure you had it already, so this is just review. So let's go a little bit slower than the actual tempo. Yeah, right there. So we're going to start right there. That's 80 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. D, E flat, E, F, E, E flat, B flat, C. Again. Faster now, just under the regular tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. One more time. notice, if you look at the music, that part continues from letter A in the intro to, oops, sorry, I need to change that, to letter B, melody 1, to the C part, the bridge, it changes right there. So at C, measure 21, it changes to a different part. But you're doing 20 measures of just that D part right there. Okay? Cool. I hope you remember that. I hope it goes well. You can practice that. Go back and practice that at a few different tempos like I posted. So let's go on to the bridge. So this is the part that we hadn't quite gotten to yet in the song. Okay? Right here, we're going to stop for a whole bar, obviously letter C. We wait and we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to come in with a power chord. 3rd fret on the A string. That's C. So you're going to hit that and let it last for a whole bar, and then one more bar of rest at measure 23, okay? So from letter C, it would go rest, 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 rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 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 rest. And that, I want you to try to pick both of those notes. That's 1 on the D string and 1 on the B string into open D and open B. Now what I did there was I was using my pick to do that power chord, and since I had a whole bar of rest, I was able to take my pick and hold it like this in my hand, so I could use these 2 fingers to do those 2 notes. The D string and the B string. Just like that. So from letter C, I would go rest, 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 rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 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 rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. And then there's a power chord on the 1st fret. Okay? And then you're going to do this thing where you're going to go from 5 and 5 on the D string and the G string to 7 and 7 on the same strings. Like that. And then you're going to go open E and open B. And then 4th fret on G and E. Okay? So to go over that whole part, we have this fast 5 to 7. Right? And then we have open E and open B. And then 4th fret and 4th fret on the G and the B string. Okay? Hopefully following along with the tab that I've given you and watching my hand do it will help you be able to get this part. I'm going to play it with the metronome at 100 beats per minute from letter C all the way until we stop at D, and then I'll show you the next part at D. Okay? So this is letter C. Play along with me and the music. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. C. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4. Rest, 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 rest. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. D. So that should be letter D right there. Let's try that one more time. We'll go up to tempo this time. We'll do it at 120 because that part's not too fast. Here we go. Ready? 1, C, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. D. Right there. Okay, so go back and practice that a few times, maybe at a few different tempos. It's not a lot of notes, but they are different than just playing power chords. That's what we're used to. So let's now look at letter D, the main theme. Okay. This I'm going to introduce you to a couple new chord shapes too, ones that you may not have done before. They're not just power chords. Okay. So these are higher chord voicings. They sound like this. That part there at the end, but that's the idea. So these are some of the higher chord voicings that we're going to use, and they're actually very simple shapes, and I'll show you how they go right now. So this first shape, we're going to start on the D string at the 9th fret, G string at the 9th fret, and then B string at the 8th fret. And I'm going to use my ring finger, pinky, and middle finger to do that. I think that's the easiest way. But any finger combination that you want to use, that's the way to go. Use that one, and if it works when you have to switch, then that's the way to go. But like I said, I'm going to start out with my ring finger on the 9th fret, my pinky on the next 9th fret, and my middle finger on the 8th fret. And we're going to hold that for one whole measure. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Then we're going to move same strings, D, G, and B, to the 5th fret and put one finger over all 3 of those notes, okay? Just like that. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm sweeping my pick over all of these as fast as I can, just like playing a chord. And then I go, my finger's going to stay on the 5th fret, okay? But now I'm going to use my middle finger to play the 6th fret on the G string. Like that. And now I'm playing the G, B, and E strings. Just like that. Okay, that's my 3rd chord. And then the 4th measure after D here, we have 5, 5, 5 again on the D, G, and B. And then that same shape, but up to 7. Like that, okay? So that whole progression from D is 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you start over with that progression, but the end changes. So at measure 33, you're going to do the same thing that you just did at D at the beginning, okay? And then after this chord, then you're going to do something else. You're going to do this shape. So basically what I'm doing is this shape right here that I already did on 5 and 7, but on 4, and then I'm going to add my middle finger here on the 5th fret of the B string, and then take it off, just like that. And then we start that whole progression over again, and that's what you play during the main theme. So let's play that a few times, and you can, here we go, and you can play along with me. We'll try it at a slower tempo, and then you'll be able to go back and practice it all. Okay, here we go. Here is D, the main theme. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, awesome. Now, the very end of that section, we start again on 5, and then 7, those same chords that we've already done, and then we're going to go back and do those chords, but like this. Like that, with everybody. Everybody plays that rhythm. And then we start that section over again, okay? Okay, next we're going to start at letter E. It starts with the same progression that we just did at 9, 9, 8 right there. And then 5s. And then this A major. And then start over again, just like we were doing. Same thing here with that sus right there. Okay, and then we start over again. Same thing. Sorry, let me start again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this time we're gonna go twice back to our, and then at the end we're gonna do a tremolo with that G and B for you, the open G and B strings like that, tremoloing until the end. So that's that whole section at the end. Let's try it again from letter D, the main theme. Ready? With the metronome, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then letter E. Sorry, gotta scroll real quick. Repeat that. Now fast. Great job! Go back and practice that if you need to. Obviously, I got to keep this video moving though. Let's go ahead and go on to Quinn. This is going to be your part. This is under lead guitar 1. Lead guitar 1. There's 2 lead guitar parts. One's for Quinn, one's for Xavier. This one is for Quinn. Like I said, I encourage everybody to learn every part, but this one is the one that we started learning with Quinn. So, Quinn, you're not going to be playing your part. It doesn't play anything during that intro. You can obviously play this if you want to, okay, but you don't have to, because other guitarists are going to work on that. So, that first melody there at letter B, melody 1, yeah, we're going to start with our open G. The way I have it written here, you might have learned it the other way, which is fine. No matter where you want to play it is fine, but the notes here are correct. If you want to change the tab, that's okay. But it starts on G, and then we do D, C, B flat, C, D, G, like that. Obviously you know that part. Let's go through this pretty quickly because I think you know this melody already from class. Ready? Letter B. 1, 2, ready, go. C. Okay, so let's pick up now letter C. We're going to start off with G octaves, open G, and the 3rd fret of the E string is how I have it written here. And then we're going to go to C, 1st fret on the B string, and then we're going to do a G minor arpeggio, D, B flat, G, back to G on the top E string here, and then we do A flat, G. So at C, that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Just like that. And I think that's the extent of the melody that we've learned in class. So let's play that real quick at letter C, and then we're going to stop and learn what happens at measure 25. Some octaves coming up. Here we go. Letter C. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Very good job. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and look at measure 25 through letter D, the main theme. We're going to have a series of different octaves here, okay? You played some octaves and no one knows and stuff like that. These are going to be separate though. We're going to go low, high, just like that. And this is transitioning in keys from G minor to E minor. So we start off with the 5th fret of the G string to the 8th fret of the E string. Then we go to the 10th fret and the 13th fret. It's just the same shape moving from here up to here. Okay? And then we go to the 7th fret and the 10th fret. And then the 4th and the 7th. So let's play that a couple of times. That's measure 25. Starting on 5, 8. 1, 2, ready, go, rest. Nice job! I'm moving pretty quickly here because we got to cover all of the parts in this video. Let's keep going to, we have letter D. So letter D here is where the main theme starts, but you're only going to play one part of it. It's going to be the part that goes just like that. That's the 9th fret on the G, and then the 12th fret on the B, and then the 10th fret on the B, like that. And that's E, B, A, E, E, B, A, just like that. So at letter D, we have a whole bar of rest, and then we come in on rest. E, E, B, A, just like that. Wait 2 more bars. 1, 2, ready, go, rest. So we do that. That's letter D, the main theme. And then we start the main theme in earnest. After we do, let's see, measure 37, we have this, another transition. That's kind of the end of our theme there. So that's going to be the 9th fret on the G. And then you're going to hammer on 7 to 9, and then shift up to 11th fret like that. And then you're going to go over to the D string and do 10, 12. That's D, E. And then E, F sharp, or 12, 14. like that. So that part from measure 37 is just like that. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Nice job. Let's try that whole section from letter D to letter E. Okay, we ready? Here we go. All the rest included. Letter D. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest. Rest. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, ready, go, rest. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 9th fret. And then we're at letter E right there. Cool. So letter E, we're doing that same melody, but now we're really doing the whole thing. So it starts off on the 9th fret, and then goes. So it's kind of the whole melody fledged out. And then we do our end again there. So let's look at that. Letter E, we start off on that same E on the 9th fret of the G string. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we play our melody we already have right there. And then we're going to go back to our E with the G string 12th fret, 11th fret, and then 12, 11 as a pull off back to the 9th fret. So that's ba 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 da 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 da, just like that. Then we start over again with E, E, B, but instead of going to A, we're going to go up to C sharp, first finger, 9th fret, right there. So that's, and then to A, and then to B, 12th fret. So from measure 44, that's rest. And then we start our melody over again. So let's do it from letter E, okay? And pay attention at measure 51. You're going to do this figure that you've already done. And then we're going to end with some tremolo picking on the D and G string at the 9th fret. So let's try from letter E. Ready? I think you can do it. Follow along with the music. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, rest. To start over, but don't do the whole thing. 2, 3, 4. Now we go back to our figure. And then, sorry, I started on the wrong 2 notes there, but that's the idea at the very end, to do a tremolo pick, really quiet at first, then builds until a big loud finish with everybody. So your notes there at the end are the 9th fret of the D and G strings, or you can do them as the open B and E, because it's B and E, that's the idea. Cool, that's your whole part. Hopefully you can go back to other sections that you didn't quite get right and work on those and follow along in your music, and it's going to be great to play it all together. Cool, so let's move on to the next part. Okay, so Xavier, for your part, we're going to do some of the stuff that you already know, but mostly it's going to be new stuff because I want to give you a little bit of a challenge while you're on your break here. You're going to first come in at letter B, melody 1, with that tremolo picking with the high G right there, okay? Quinn, I would also say that you should look at this part too because it's going to be fun. There's going to be some interesting stuff we put in there. So I'd say everybody look at all the parts again. But this one specifically is the one I had in mind for Xavier. So, okay, so you start out with that tremolo picking on the 15th fret. Do that for 4 bars, 4 measures, okay? And then I want you to do this triplet figure that we have here at measure 9. This is new. So this is going to be the 15th fret on the G and on the B, and you're going to go like this. Triplet, 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 triplet. Going from the high 15 to the lower one like that. G, D, G, G, D, G, G, D, G, G, D, G, just like that. If I played it at tempo, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just like that. I know it's going to be tough, but it's okay if it's a little sloppy and kind of glittery. that's okay. It's going to sound nice in the context. So practice that. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's try it with a slower tempo at first, and then we'll try to move it up to our fast tempo. Okay? Let's try it right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Great. If you're not annoying your parents a lot by now, then good job. Cool. So after doing that for 4 measures, then you're going to jump into the melody that I showed you in class, which is the higher octave of what Quinn is doing. Just like that. Pretty sure we learned all of this. But if you don't remember it, you can go over the tab that I've included. It's got all the notes in there. We're going to play through it though. Let's try it from the beginning until letter C. So we're going to start at letter B, the melody 1, because we'll start with our tremolo picking right there, and then we'll do the bars of the triplets. Okay, we ready? Let's try it. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, little slower, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now we start our melody. 2, 3, 4. And then we stop for letter C right there. Cool. Awesome. Okay, let's keep moving. Letter C. If you'll look at that, we're going to play the same melody that Quinn was playing right there. We're just going to play it with him until we get to letter D, the main theme. So what happens there is we're going to start out with open G, an octave. So we're going to go from open G to the 3rd fret of the E string. And then we're doing C on the B string, and then a G minor arpeggio of D, B flat, G. That's 3, 3, O on the B string to the G string. And we're going to go back up to G, and then do 4th fret, A flat, back to 3rd fret, G. Okay? So let's go over that whole melody at C. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. One more time, back up at tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Awesome. And then at measure 25, you're going to do a series of octaves, just like that. So this is one shape that I'm moving all over the neck. I'm starting first on the 5th fret of the G and the 8th fret of the E, like that. And then I move this same shape up to the 10th fret and the 13th fret, same strings. And then we go down to the 7th fret and the 10th fret. And then we end on the 4th fret and the 7th fret. Let's try that. Right there at measure 25. 1, 2, ready, go, rest. When we look at letter D, the main theme, here I want you to, actually I wrote the tab wrong on this a little bit. I want you to do, instead of 3, 5, I want you to do 3, O, just on your open E string like that. So this one is a little bit like the thing you played in the intro, but instead of triplets, you're going to play 8th notes. So it'll sound like a little easier to play, obviously. So we're going to start on the 3rd fret and go to the open E. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, down, 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 like that, but faster. Da, 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 da. This part is another one that sounds really cool when it's in context. So we're going to play that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars. This for 7 measures. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that times 7, okay? And then we go up to the 7th fret. play that same figure that we were just doing, but on the 7th fret of the E and the 7th fret of the B. And then we're going to go back and play this. Oh no, we haven't played that yet, sorry. And then we're going to play a new riff that we haven't checked out yet. So first, let's start from, that would be letter D. I'm sorry, yes, letter D, the main theme, letter D. Ready? Here we go. It's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So like I said, replace all those 5s with open E string. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice job. Let's try that one more time. Make sure we get it all right. 7 bars of, and then 1 bar of, and then we're going to go into a new riff. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Awesome job. Now, if we look at measure 37, right there, we're going to start on the 9th fret of the G string. This is another melody we're playing with Quinn until the very end. So we're going to start at the 9th fret, like I said, and then we're going to do a hammer-on from the 7th fret to the 9th fret on the G string. And then we're going to go up to the 11th fret on the G. So it sounds like this. Da, 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 da. Okay? Ba, da, da, da. And then you're going to go to the 11th fret on the G where you left off and go 11, 12, 12, 14, just like that. Da, 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 da. So that whole riff from measure 37 sounds like this. Da, 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 da. Again, 1, 2, ready, go. Da, 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 da. Just like that, okay? Cool. So let's go ahead and move on. Practice that section a lot from D to E. That's going to be a tough one for you. Now, when you get to letter E, this is you playing the main theme now with Quinn, but you're going to play up an octave, just like you did in the first section. You're going to go really high on the guitar. So high, I'm going to stand up so I can show you properly on this, okay? Hope you can still see me. Anyway, so we're going to start on the 12th fret of the E string, okay? And then I want you to find the 19th fret. So that is, the first dot is the 15th, 17th, 19th. So the third dot up is where you're going to go from 12. So you're going to go 12, and then 12, 12, 19, 17, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Like that. And you're come back down on 15, 14, to 12. Then you start over again, but this time, going all the way up to the 21st fret. That's the highest dot that I have. Maybe you have a higher dot, I don't know. But we start out, like I said, 12, 2, 3, 4, rest. Come back down to 12 like that. And then we go higher. Measure 48. And then right there, we're going to switch back to our riff that we just learned from the 9th fret of the G. And then we're going to end with a tremolo pick on the high E string like that and the B string, 12th fret. So, real quick, let's go over that whole last section from letter E. 1, 2, a little bit slower than tempo. 1, 2, E, ready, go now. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Start over again. I hit the wrong note there, sorry. Rest. And then we go to the 9th fret. And then the end, we We start out quiet, and get louder, and then we all end together like that. Great job, everybody. Go back over all of those parts, listen, try to get your part as best we can. I'm going to make a recording of all of the parts together so you can hear how it all fits together and sounds. Great job.